Hi Aries, this is going to be a general reading for your sign between the week of the 22nd to the 28th of December. Take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. My readings are also timeless, so if you stumble across one of my readings and it's not in the time frame stated, it means it's for your next 7 days starting from tomorrow. So let's begin. You're going shopping. You're shopping, not actual physical shopping, spiritual shopping at this time for what you want from your life. Moving forwards, you're in a big shopping center within the spiritual realm, shopping for how you want your life to be now. You're not just going into the shopping center and or supermarket or wherever. I'm seeing like a big supermarket, and it's not, you're not going into the supermarket and just saying, "Hey, yeah, just give me whatever," spiritually anymore. You were unaware of this before, that you were doing this, and so you've been healing. You've been going for a healing. What was your last week? You've been going for a healing as well last week, weren't you? Or were you? Yeah. So yeah, you've been healing a lot. Um, um, I can't even remember last week's reading, to be honest with you. But yeah, I remember you going for massive healing. And so now, anyway, this is one of the things you've been healing. Just taking whatever you had spiritually from your life in general, like just going and saying, "This is my circumstance in the physical. This is my circumstance. I can't change it. I can't do anything about it. If you've grown up in a bad area, a bad environment, you're like, I'm a bad person. I'm a product of my environment. That's what you used to be like." But now it's different. You're not saying anymore that, just because of what you're given is what you want, is what I mean by your shopping. You're not just taking what you've been given, you're shopping yourself for what you want from your life. And so you're in a spiritual supermarket, best way, spiritual supermarket, doing some spiritual shopping in regards to exactly what you want at this time from your life. Now, when you go to the supermarket, I'm seeing a supermarket, big supermarket. When you go to the supermarket, it's always something you need at the time, and then you buy it. If you're doing a big shop, you're buying stuff for, down the week, or for this day or that day, and the weather's like this or like that, or you buy the stuff that you need in the moment first. And I see you doing one of those kind of shops as well, where it's that you're just going in, getting what you need now. And so you're not just openly just taking anything that comes along your way. You're picking and choosing what you want in the physical from what's coming into your life, and this is very specific, because not the reading, but this is very specific, your attitude, because you've been somebody where you've just been accepting of, like, you're in this position. Say you're in a place where you're living in a place, and you're like, oh, this just comes with the place, or this just comes with where I'm at. You're not doing that anymore. You're not doing that anymore. You're not saying that just because I'm in this new place, or I'm in a place that I want to be in, there might be some things that are negative that come with it, or there might be some things that I don't like that are coming with it. Like, you're saying, no, I'm not gonna entertain any of that stuff there in any way. I'm not gonna give it any energy, even if it feels like to myself that I'm going to be sabotaging what this thing is that I'm already after. So, for example, if you're after something, a lot of examples. So, if you're after something and you're really close to getting it, maybe it's like a job promotion, And the more you're doing, what extra you're doing, you're having to do extra work, maybe unpaid work. It's just an example. It's not saying your situation. It could be, um, is what I'm hearing. But say you're trying to get a promotion, and it's like you're having to do all this extra work. A lot of it you're doing for free. You're spending a lot of your time, a lot of your energy, and then on the side you're having to deal with a lot of BS from like, you know, uh, your colleagues and just people in departments, and just whatever it could be, whatever, just people in general. Um, and the work in itself is just like you're having to do extra work for no reason. You're constantly showing up, and a lot of it's for free, and you're like, well, I'm not going to put myself in a position where I'm overextending anymore. I'm not going to put myself in this position where if someone wants to air something out with me or tell me something, or give me hassle, and I'm not going to make it my problem. um I'm Rather than doing that, I'm just not going to entertain it at all. I'm not going to yell at this person. I'm going to tell them off. I'm not going to correct them. I'm not going to tell them, it's not my situation. You're just literally going to pay no mind to it. Absolutely no mind. You're just completely like turning off. You completely just, they say, for example, they say something to you. You're just going to not even nod. You're just going to look at them and walk off. Like you're not in going to entertain anything whatsoever this week. Something's happening here this week in general, where it's just the things are catching up to you. Like, but they're not catching up to you. You're just becoming more conscious. You're becoming more conscious. Like your being is becoming more conscious about what you do on a daily basis, about where you are giving your power away, where you're giving your energy away, where you are giving your heart away, where you're literally manifestations. You're giving you're giving your power away. It's like there's a siphon going on, an energy siphon going on with you. But at the same time, you're shopping. So it's like you're fully aware within yourself that you're transmuting your energy from negativity to positivity, because when you live and you're very negative inside and you're full of hatred, the universe only gives you more negativity and hatred to experience, and that's how just experiences work in general. When you're full of happiness and positivity, the universe gives you more happiness and positivity to experience. And they show up in different types of experiences, different types of things. Um, but you will be shopping here this week for what you want in your future right now, at this moment, and you need these strong boundaries. These strong boundaries are very important at this time. Normally when you go to the shopping center, there's people, there's workers there in the spiritual realm that will come and give you bags. It's almost like like when you do like those online shops, and there's these people that go and do your online shopping for you. It's kind of like that, and but rather than bringing it to your house, it's like you turn up to the shop. You go to the spiritual one, and these people are waiting at the door for you. But now you're not going to these people, and if they try to come to you, is what I was explaining with these situations with, like people annoying you and stuff. You're brushing them to the side. You're like, nope. You're putting firm boundaries and saying nope, and going straight into the store yourself, rather than just being sort of gatekept from selecting what you want. Why are you being gatekept? I don't know if you heard that. It's because you're. It's because people see you shining. I don't know why I'm seeing it. This music, this music is giving me a vision, but it's like you're on some kind of stage where people are able to see you, and everybody else is in the darkness, and you're in the light, and then people are just very envious of you. Whether you're male or female, you keep yourself, or anything in between. You keep yourself to yourself, and people are watching you like they want to be you. They want to be you, literally. They don't want to be you. They want to be like you. They like you. They want to be like you. The people that like you want to be like you. They do. People that like you want to be like you. So when people tell me they like me, I'm like, nah, yeah, you want to be like me, don't you? Like, because no one ever says that, like, oh, I like you. That's a weird thing to say to someone, oh, I like you. Because it's like halfway, isn't it? It's halfway. It's like, I like you and then I love you. If you don't love me, then, you know, how can you like me? And then you want to say it's just a word that's missing. You want to be like me. Damn, that's crazy. But these people want to be like you. You have a lot of people around you that say they like you. They're like they like you. They like you. They don't like you. They want to be like you. They want to be you. They want to be like you. And what that means is they want to assimilate your whole image. They want to assimilate your identity and perhaps try to do a destiny swap, try to do something with you, take your energy in some kind of way. And it's like they're like I'm seeing like a lion in the jungle, like when it's in between the grass, and it's trying to catch the prey, but it's very silent and it's trying to, pretend it's not there, leering over you. Is trying to pretend. These people are trying to pretend like they're in the grass, like leering over you, waiting for you to be weak, to show a moment of weakness so that they can jump on you. Not together, but by themselves. They don't want to share your energy. Like one of them's trying to do it with you here. So you need these firm boundaries. You need these firm boundaries with people, with everyone. You need even with yourself. You need firm boundaries. Not pushing yourself hard, not beating yourself up, but having firm boundaries. Be open to how you feel. Connect to how you feel. Let yourself feel. Let yourself live. But have firm boundaries. When you know something's not good for you, when you know something destroys you in some kind of way, put a boundary there. If it's something that makes you feel good, something that makes you feel positive, and what I mean by feel good is not it makes you feel good for the time being, and then later on it makes you feel bad. That's something that makes you feel bad. Something that makes you genuinely feel good, and every time if you do it or you go to this place, it makes you feel good. Then that's a good thing. But if it's something where it makes you feel good and then it makes you feel bad, that's something that makes you feel bad. Don't do those things that make you feel bad because, again, you're siphoning off your energy. So you're setting intentions, is what I'm hearing. I'm seeing you doing like a vision board. You have a vision board, or you're daydreaming, or imagining how you want your next stage of your life to go. Like the next few years, the next 10 years is what I'm seeing. The next 10 years, you're trying to put into perspective and say, this is what I want to achieve. This is what I want to, and this is not very specific at this time. I mean, it is specific, but it's not, the details are not specific. Like you have like, oh, I want to get to this place and I want to be like this, but not specifically how you want to get there. And this is the shopping you're doing here. You need to be specific. If you're writing it down, if you're making a mental note, be very specific about how you want to get to this position, how you want to get to this place within your life. What are the steps you're going to take? Not the steps, but like how you're going to get there. I mean, it is steps, but it's not steps as in what you need to do to get there, but it's what you need to do at each step. Look at it as like each step is a goal. Each step is a goal rather than that big goal is the goal. Look at each step as a goal, and that one is the ultimate goal. So you have all these goals. So your first goal, what is your first goal? Your second goal, your third goal, and if you have them more digestible, it's going to be so easy for you to get there. And you're doing this here. You're setting intentions here this week about how you want your life to go in a very big way. And so because you're doing this, you're going spiritual shopping here without realizing it. You're shopping, and you're buying everything you want at this time now. And so manifestations are going to be coming in very hot. I was going to say hot and heavy. So it's going to come in very hot. So none of these manifestations that you're shopping for are going to come in this week, but they're starting to come in next week. 2 weeks from 2 weeks. Next week is 2 weeks for me because I'm doing this reading a bit early. So it's 2 weeks from now, which is going to be during after the week. Sorry. You're very much so loved in the spiritual realm by spiritual guides. Your spiritual guides do love you a lot. You're showing great strength and resilience. You have power. You have the power. You acknowledge you have the power within you to um, be free, to live life. And you're trusting your spirit guides like you're not aware of them, whoever you are. You believe in spirituality, but you're not aware of who you got. Two spiritual guides, very loving spiritual guides here that are guiding you. They have masculine energies, but they're very feminine. And these are not people. You're considering these are people and family. No, these are not people, and these are not family. But they're your spiritual guides. You will get to know them at some point in the future, and there's nothing to be scared about. I don't think you're scared anyway, but there's nothing to be scared about. And these are your spiritual guides. They do love you a lot. There's two of them, and they're not related to each other. They're unrelated. But they come from the same world. I don't know what world it is. I don't even know anything about the. I mean, I don't know. Well, I know that there are many different worlds, but I don't know the names of them. Is what I mean. I'm terrible with names anyway. It wouldn't do any kind of justice here, to be honest with you. But they're from the same world. The two of them. They're masculine, but they have very feminine energies. The both of them. Anyway, let's get back to your reading. Um, it's like they're a type of fairy. Fairies, not the type of fairies that we see like with the wings, with the butterfly wings. They're not those kind of fairies. Like they're different. Like they're fairies, but they're like fairies, but they're very different. They have like these kind of strange hats on that are purple, not purple, brown, and they've rimmed with yellow gold color, not the actual yellow gold. It's the color, and they have small wings and bigger bodies. They can make their wings bigger and make themselves look like fairies that you see, like like fairies with the butterfly wings, and they have the wings are bigger than the body. They're able to transform themselves into something like that and become very small. But they're a lot bigger than that. But they're fairies. They're fairies. Are they fairies? They're not fairies, but they're from a world. I don't know, but they're similar species to fairies, or we would think are fairies. So I mean, in terms of like their personalities and stuff, is what I'm talking about. Hartigan? I don't know. It's that. That's the name of their world. Yeah, I'm seeing their world now. It's like this bluish. So it almost looks like a. I don't know what that shape is, but it's like, oh shit, what was it? It's kind of like a pyramidish, but it's not exactly a pyramid. It's like that, like a yeah, I guess like a pyramid. It's kind of curved at the bottom there, but it's like that. Oh, right, that kind of going along though. It goes really long, and that's the planet. It's got like this kind of smoke coming, not smoke, but like ears, like dense, very dense ear. I don't know what the hell it is around this planet, but it's like the atmosphere just goes straight up through like this, like a V. around the planet, and it's like on just the edges at the bottom, the two edges. They don't go through the atmosphere, which is very interesting, to be honest. But yeah, let's jump back into your reading. Your spiritual guides, anyway, they're not fairies, but they're from an, they're guiding you spiritually, and they love you. You're very connected to them. You just don't know it. Anyway, we all will get to know them at some point in the future, where they're from and who they are. I see you having a meeting. Don't try to chase it. Don't try to chase it. It will happen naturally. But just set the intention that you do want to meet your spiritual guides, because they have been guiding you a lot. That's the guidance you've been following. Anyway, let's jump into your reading then. See what else is happening here for you this week. I think I must have flipped them around. Yep. Yeah, if you do hear me coughing or blowing my nose, I do apologise. I'm a bit ill at the moment. I'm pretty much better. It's just I got a bit of a cough right now. I get better very quickly, just simply because I've got a really good immune system. I heal very quickly from things, but also I don't take paracetamol. if you're someone and you take painkillers, try to stop taking painkillers, because they kill your white blood cells permanently. If you have painkillers, go in the box and open up the leaflet and read what the side effects are of taking painkillers. They kill your white blood cells permanently, which are responsible for your healing. So, yeah. So your current energy at this time, you're in this energy of the Queen of Swords. So you've gained some truth, you gained some empathy and honesty, and this is in regards to your healing journey. You've recognized why you went through what you've gone through, is to give you like this strong mind that you now have, the strong mind that you now possess, to able to get you through any situation in life, to get you through things that would have really held you back before. You're now able to get with these kind of situations, get through these kind of situations with a lot more ease, and so you've gone through this huge transformation where you had to release, where you had to let go, where you had to heal, and you saw a lot. You've been seeing, you've grown a lot personally, as you've been going through this transformation that you've been going through, and you're now at this time recognizing it, that you're in, because you went through this. Now you're now more in your truth. You can be more honest with yourself now as well, about just yourself in general. Like, you're not lying to yourself. You're not beating around the bush. You're like very honest with yourself and showing a lot of empathy. You're not beating yourself up again. Used to beat yourself up in situations, be like, why am I doing this and why am I doing that, or I want to do this but no, I'm not going to do it, or I shouldn't really be doing this, but you know what, I'm going to do it anyway. Like, I have a feeling I shouldn't do it, but I'm going to do it. And so you weren't being really honest with yourself, and you weren't being very empathetic, because your body was telling you no, like it's a bad idea, for example, and you're like, no, I'm not going to listen, I'm just going to do it. And then you had to deal with some sort of bad situation or whatever, and you were like, I could have avoided it had I listened to myself at that point in time. So it's like a sense of regret that came over. So this is what you've been healing. You've been healing that part of you that wasn't allowing yourself to be as truthful to yourself as you could be, so that the decisions you made in the past would be decisions that were not necessarily good for you. So now you're making decisions that are 100% good for you, that are in alignment with you, and they are allowing your life to become much better, as opposed to going the other way and saying why isn't things working out, or making 10,000 excuses for your own self. And so you've been healing this because it's kind of like you've been in the cycle, this bubble of a site, and you've been cycling in the bubble. And because of that, you've been cycling in this bubble. Things weren't really able to shift and change for you in a very positive way. Like you weren't, like you're not in a position where you want, you could have all this abundance that you desired, or you weren't in a position where you could have, particularly what you wanted. And so because of this, you've gone through this healing so that your energy can become free of the things that you thought you wanted, the things that you've come to find out that that's not actually what makes you happy or what you want. So you've gone through this healing so that you can grow personally. So now it's like you're not being dishonest with yourself. If you like something, whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it is, there's no good and bad. Whatever it is you want, and you're like, is this good for me? Is this like what I want? You're asking your heart questions, and your heart's giving you answers, and you're like, okay, this is what I want, then I'm going to do it. Even if it looks a bit funny from the outside, even if it looks a bit strange from the outside, you're like, this is what my heart is saying I want, so must be what I want. You're you're no longer judging a book by its cover, wherever it is, whether it's a person, whether it's a group of people, whether it's a place. You're no longer judging the book by its cover. And so this is a huge transition you've been going through within your life, of really upgrading in every kind of way, in every capacity. You've been going through this upgrade. And so now you're now on this chariot moving forwards with great balance, connected to your shadow self, connected to your light self, as well as your consciousness, as well as having your heart, leading with your heart, like I was saying. The heart that moves this chariot here. There's no way to take control of the chariot without, because there's no reins. So the only way to control this chariot is through your heart. And so in this situation, you're taking control of your life by leading with your heart rather than your mind. So the mind, you should never lead with the mind, because the mind's plugged into the matrix and it can be tampered with, and so can your five senses. Which does happen today, and so the heart is the only thing that is not able to be tampered with. They haven't found anything that can go that deep, because the physical body does not allow it. The physical heart will shut down if the heart's tampered with too much, and so spiritually speaking as well, the spiritual body doesn't allow the heart to be tampered with. So the stronger your heart is, the stronger your willpower is. And so he actually, is able to move these sphinxes by manifesting them to move. So he wills it in his heart that he wants these, sphinxes to move, and he imagines himself where he wants to be. And so he moves these sphinxes in that kind of way. He would have thought they were statues because they were so still. And so he finds this chariot anyway on the side of the road as he's walking by into, and he's like, it must be for me. So it's at this time, the way things are working out for you, you're like, things must be for me. Like these situations must be for me, because it's like you've just perfectly landed in a situation. Like when they do a flip, a high jump, and they do that flip, and it's like you're doing a high jump flip, and you're landing perfectly on your feet, and go, whoa, this is amazing. Because you've landed, and you're like, well, it must be for me, because what I've just been through has just been like, the way I've gotten to this point, it doesn't make sense, normally the normal trajectory. So you're not just doing that, but you're taking focused action now towards what it is you want from your life, taking focused action, feeling very determined here that things are working out for you, and you're moving in the unknown. So you're moving into a part of your life that you've never explored, a type of way of being, a type of way of living, a type of understanding of the world. You're living in a way that you've never lived before. And so this is representative of the unknown. The chariot, he travels through, a mountain pass, where there's mountains on either side, and it's just a big, long, dusty road. He doesn't know what's going to be on the other side or what's down the road, but he's determined to go because he's never been this way before. And so this is what you're doing here, being very determined to move forwards in your life at this time. Jumping into the week, your theme for the week is the Empress. So during this week, experiences you're going to be going through are going to make you feel like you're being nurtured. You're in this nurturing energy. You're going to be able to connect to your own nature's abundance, as well as connecting to nature's abundance in general. Maybe in the park, maybe just in next to some water, next to or even going shopping, even buying food. This is the fake nature, I guess, of like, going shopping and eating at restaurants and, these kind of things, right? Which has become like a nature, which has become nature almost in a way, like not an actual nature, but like the nature that we've created, if that makes sense, like the city nature or the mechanical or the robotic, not the robotic, the electronic nature. So like, maybe like gaming or watching TV or series like this is also nature in a way, that you're connecting to nature, but this is the nature that this is the man-made nature, but you'll be connecting to Mother Nature, Mother Gaia as well, and Mother Nature, Mother Gaia. She's a better nature to connect to than the electronic nature in many ways, because the relief you're looking for, she's able to help you heal, help you gain clarity, help you gain understanding, help you ground, help you find relief. Like, you can't get that through electronic nature, but you're going to be doing this here anyway. You're going to be doing both, and you're going to be feeling you might be feeling you might be seeing like a glow up or a shine up, and some people shine, some people glow, so some people, you're gonna either see like your increase in beauty here, but you're in this receiving mode here during this week. You're receiving a lot of energy, and energy it translates into money. So you're receiving here a lot of energy during this week from the universe, this nurturing energy, and this feeling, being able to connect to your own abundant nature here. Hold on. So jumping into the week between Monday and Wednesday, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles here is basically about skill, determination. He's working diligently on his craft, with a lot of determination, trying to hone his skills so that he can become a bit better wherever he's working on. And he's working on his purpose here. He's working on trying to perfect this harvest here. You can see all the pentacles up there. They're all different shapes and sizes. I don't know if you could tell, but they're all different shapes and sizes, and he's trying to perfect them so that they come out perfectly, so that there's no errors in any of the harvest. There's no errors basically in what he's doing, and so so they come off, and he sort of fixes them up. And so this is what you've been working on. You've been working on your financial situation here, is what I'm strongly getting here. You've been working on your financial situation, trying to improve things for yourself here, trying to improve so that you can have perfect harvest when money comes in. It's like it's what you want from life. You've been working on trying to become a master in your life. And clarifying this, we have the Ten of Swords. So you're having an ending here, ending of feeling at a loss, ending of feeling pain financially, like you're not where you want to be. Clarifying this, we have the Eight of Swords. So it's like you're having an ending here of feeling imprisoned, feeling trapped, which is giving you a lot of negative thinking, because you feel this pain, or like you're working on whatever your purpose is at this time, like in the Eight of Pentacles, and you're like, it hasn't given me what I want from financially from what I want from it, because I'm having to make compromises here and there, and you feel at a loss, you feel isolated from finances, like you feel worried, you don't know if things are going to work out or not. But your advice is just to rest at this time, recuperate, and just contemplate as you're recuperating from fatigue, from working your ass off here. You're at a position now where you're gaining mastery, and this is why you're gaining. This is why you're having this ending. You can see the pentacles are all different shapes and sizes, but they're all pentacles. So you're at a position now where you've put in the work. You've been putting in the work, and now by you putting in the work, what's happened now is that energetically speaking, things can come in for you here. You don't have to continue trying to perfect it, and like the universe is happy with you. Your spirit guides are happy with you. Your own soul is happy with you. That the fact that you've gotten this far and you've done so well in making these pentacles up here, and these are six pentacles. So you're receiving at this time here. On the wall, the six pentacles, so you're going to be receiving here from the universe without realizing it. Like you're working on this one down here, these two down here, and the two of pentacles is about you trying to bring balance and harmony into your life by working on what you're doing, juggling things around, making compromises here and there, and the universe is just watching you and saying, okay, you've been working, now you're ready for your purpose to flourish here. And so that's what's happening here. All you need to do is just recuperate, just rest. The resting is literally sleeping in this kid situation, sleeping or just laying down without doing something with your hands, uh, or just resting basically. And so by you doing this is going to allow you to take cunning actions away from liars, deceivers, betrayers, that could be coming in some kind of way at this time, wherever they are around you. And this could be yourself as well, your own beliefs, that you could be lying to yourself, betraying yourself and deceiving yourself. But by you resting, recuperating from the fatigue, you will be able to take cunning actions away from all of this. And so you're having an ending here anyway of feeling imprisoned, feeling trapped, within, you not being able to get what you want from your finances, feeling that pain of not being financially able to look after yourself here. So whatever it is, you're gaining some kind of finances from your purpose here. The universe is giving to you at this time from a place of generosity and kindness. The universe is giving to you, and without you realizing it, it's like you just been putting in the work and not really trying to have a time frame of like it should work by then, it should work by this, and so this is why the universe is blessing you, because you're focused on the work itself, not on when is the money. So it's like you're spending all your energy into the work in itself, and so that the universe is coming in and saying, yeah, the timing is now, you're ready. So some money's coming in here. How are you becoming free is a good question. So you come becoming free by like a sort of compassion. You come becoming free because of a compassion. You're becoming free through balance. Becoming free through being calm about the situation. Yeah, yeah. But you doing so is going to shift this energy. It's going to shift this outcome for you, rather than you worrying about the money. It's going to shift this outcome for you in a way where you're gonna be end up becoming free. So it's like you might have some bills to pay, and you might be worrying about how am I going to pay the bills. And they're going to say, do you know what? I'm not going to worry about the bills. I'm going to keep working on what I need to work on, and I'm going to keep doing what I need to do. Like if you're having to make this compromise at this time with this job, you're going to do this, and you're going to say, I'm going to keep working, and everything should work out. And so by you having this attitude, this thing that by you saying, having this energy of everything's going to work out, the universe is going to give you more situations where everything is going to work out. And so you're the shepherd at this time, leading with your heart. Again, making your heart, using your heart to make decisions. And so you're not you're using your own spiritual wisdom here, and this is freeing you from being imprisoned within this thing of like within your mind of like my purpose hasn't taken off yet. Um, yeah, having an ending here. Um, yeah, you could be feeling like like the loss. You've been feeling the loss, because you've been making a compromise, but that's gonna end here. That's gonna be ending here, and it's like it's a bit of a surprise that's happening here, but it's gonna just be calm and use your spiritual wisdom here and recognize that you don't need to focus on the timing of things. You just need to focus on the product itself, make the product good, and everything's gonna work out. So, and this is your purpose, something that you're very connected to, something that you're already doing and you're working on. Between Wednesday and Friday, you're in this energy of the lovers. So the lovers here is coming up as a choice. So you have two choices at this time, and there's two choices of being, and I find the choices quite interesting because you have two queens for your choice, which is quite interesting. So the choice you have is a choice between two paths, and the first path is the path of caring and compassion, the path of loving feelings, the path of kindness towards yourself and others. And the other path that you can take is to nurture yourself and be prosperous and connect to this idea of finances. The first one is an idea of love, and the second one is an idea of finances, of like, my things are barren around me. I need to make more money. I need to nurture my whatever I'm working on. I need to nurture it. I need to not nurture what I'm working on. I need to nurture my finances. I need to nurture my money. I need to make more money. uh, that's what I mean. And the other one is like loving feelings, caring, and compassion. And this is towards money as well, your problems, your money, your issues. And the other one is like I need to nurture what my money. I need to nurture so that I can be in this position. I need to nurture my problems, but nurture solutions for my problems. And nurturing is usually a good card, but in this situation, it's a bad one. This idea that you need to grow your finances, that you need to chase after your finances. It starts from I need to grow my finances or I need to nurture my finances. And the reason why it's an issue is because this option number one, that is, option number two, which is about your, you need to grow your finances. This is something that has been affected by you, been affecting you from your past. From when you were young, maybe when you were innocent, people that have influenced you in the past, family perhaps, when you were innocent. um, yeah, so it's like where you were influenced before is the past. I always see this card as like the past that comes up. And so it's like, for you, think it's pleasure, but it's not pleasure, it's from the past, and it's like an old way of being. It's an old cycle that you've already come out of, but it's like coming up as a test at this time. For whatever reason, the universe is kind of testing you here to see if you truly are ready for the next stage in life. And so you're having this kind of like battle within of like, should you live life and should you be just be more caring and compassionate, or should you shift your focus and become more rigid and strict and be like, oh, I need to have this discipline and get this money, and and so the option number one, the one where it's like have be more caring and compassionate toward your life and your problems and stuff. This is going to lead to the this is being clarified by the stars, so this is going to lead to being divine blessings. It's going to lead to more hope, more faith that you're on the right track, um, and hope that things are going to improve even more, because you're going to be receiving divine blessings here. You're going for a renewal here, potential and renewal. And so you have these two choices before you here between Wednesday and Friday about which one, which way do you want to be now. And this is what I meant by the channel of you spiritually shopping here. you're going in and you're going to choose exactly the way you want to live. But I feel like you can only do that if you pick the Queen of Cups option, the second and the first option of like choosing caring and compassion. If you decide to go which is the Queen of Pentacles energy of like your money is worrying you, you need to think of some extra solutions and grow your money in some kind of way. This is going to lead to you going back into the old cycle that you've already exited. Actually, this is a is this you've exited the cycle before, but it's coming up here as a sort of like when sometimes when you have tests, they sometimes have the wrong answers in different tests. It's kind of like that. Like you were going for a test, and it's like you have the same question here. Sorry, it's the same answer, and it's already it's the wrong answer. So like you're gonna know that, so like you've done this before, and it's like, oh, it doesn't work out well. Like you know this already, and so this is your decision to make about what you want to do here. But obviously the best choice is to keep moving forwards the way you've been going, and the way you've been tapping into your own emotions, tapping into your own intuition, and learning that you need to be more caring and compassionate, especially with yourself, being more loving, showing yourself more loving feelings, and being more kind to yourself. This translates with the universe being more kind to you and deciding to give you divine blessings. Whereas when you go, I need to go and make things grow, the universe is always going to make you go through situations where you need to make things grow. And so, anyway, this is what you've been in before. So between Friday and Sunday, you're going through this energy of the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands here, he goes through this whole battle with the evil wizard, and he's a good wand maker, and he's the first wand maker ever to be a good wizard. And so the evil wizard scoffs at him and he goes, "There's no such thing as a good wizard," and challenges him to a fight. And so they have this huge grand fight where the whole city is destroyed. And the good wand maker ends up being victorious. However, the evil wizard and him, because of their fight, the city is completely destroyed. So it's like this inner world of yours has been completely destroyed this year. Yeah, this year, I mean, 2 years. It's been last 2 years has been chaos for you, just in general. You've been going through a lot of changes, but you've been victorious nonetheless. And you feel like this wounded warrior. You feel battle weary. You feel fatigued. You feel like you're making a last stand here. But clarifying this, we have the King of Cups. But this is now you're showing up as the King of Cups here. Somebody that is, again, very calm, very compassionate, very like you're literally showing up as the King of Cups here. You've been showing up before as the King of Cups, but yeah, you're very calm now. You're very caring. You're very it's like you're choosing the caring route here, the loving route here, the caring and compassionate route. So you're caring, you're compassionate, you know, you're balanced, and as well as you're very balanced at this time. Is what this is why you've been going through what you've been going through to find to be able to be calm, to be able to be compassionate with yourself, to be able to be just loving in general towards yourself. But particularly compassion. Compassion keeps coming up here, but balance as well as being calm and caring. Like all of these things, caring and compassion keeps coming up. This is what you are learning, like, and this is with yourself mostly, and with other people after, but it's mostly with yourself. And you might be wondering why is all of this necessary? Like, I feel you might be feeling like you've had a bit of this beforehand anyway, but you went through this and now you have a greater, deeper sense of it. And the reason why is because it was affecting your manifestations when you weren't being caring and compassionate. Like you were manifesting worse outcomes than you could have, than you needed to have. It was affecting your manifestations. It was affecting your opportunities, as well as it was making you not feel very enthusiastic about your future and enthusiastic about what you were going through, and you weren't feeling just abundant in general. Like you weren't feeling very abundant, and this is why you went through this sort of this sort of war within, of like the good and evil within you, and you have emerged out. You know, you're emerging out here, as the winner. And I feel like this is the combination of all of this, here between Wednesday and Friday. This is like the evil side. The evil wizard is the Queen of like Pentacles in the situation, and the good wizard would be like the Queen of Cups in this situation. And so it's like an internal thing that's been going on, and there's no right or wrong in life, and but it's an evil would, I guess, in this situation or just in any situation, would be something the way you destroy yourself, where you don't empower yourself. I mean, you can empower yourself through distraction, um, but you lose everything that you are, and it's not actually empowerment. I guess it's a sacrifice. So you lose yourself and completely, and you don't get what you want from life. That's the big thing. You don't get what you want from life because you're not able to get it. You're not able to understand how to get it. So you've been choosing the good. So and it's basically all about, if you're feeling hatred and anger inside, then the universe is just going to give you more situations to experience hatred and anger. So that's why that evil side is really bad. So whereas if you're having the good side, then if you're full of love and hate, love and happiness, that the universe gives you more experiences to experience love and happiness. um so this is the combination. You're showing up as the King of Cups. It's quite interesting as well that they're both queens, and then they turn into king, and it's like I'm seeing chess. So it's like the chess, and the queen is turning into the king. In chess, the queen can make any move on the board, like it can go in any direction, but the king can only move once. But the king must be protected. So it's like you're like leveling up to a point where your life is changing completely after this week of you living for other people. You're now being lived for after this week. Like people are going to be living for you, rather than you living for people. And so you're going through, you're upgrading from the queen to the king, as this outcome for this war, this battle. But you're victorious anyway. You're victorious here. And so your manifestations are going to be coming much better. The opportunities you're manifesting are going to come in much better, are going to be much better, as well as you feeling more enthusiastic, as well as feeling very abundant. Ties back into your energy of the Empress, of you receiving, feeling like you're in this nurturing energy, and feeling very abundant just in general. So let's put you out a challenge to see what's affecting you this week and try to stop you from elevating your life. Challenge may show up one way or another, whether physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. One way or another, the challenge will show up. But yeah, when it does show up, don't give it any energy. That's how you kill it off. It's trying to keep you stuck and bring you down. And it doesn't want you to elevate your life basically, into a much better and happier time. So your challenges here, what you're working on, your purpose you're working on, you're feeling like you won't be able to break into the industry, or you won't see victory, or you won't see success, and literally, yeah, you're like, I don't know if I'm going to see success from this, if I can, if I've been working on it for however long I've been working on it. How long? 2 months? 2 months, 3 months? You've been working on this thing, and you're like, I don't know if it's going to work. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be victorious here. I don't know if I'm going to be successful. I don't know if I'm actually making any progress. Like, you're feeling very unenthusiastic, and you're like, I don't know if I should maybe walk away from this, because I don't know if I continue. If I continue, will it abandon me? Will it disappoint me if I continue with this? Again, this is just a challenge. This challenge of self-doubt of what you've been working on. No matter what it is, if you work on something, it will be successful if you're consistent with it. It's just only a matter of time. But the more consistent you are, the more it works. But it's just this energy of self-doubt. You're becoming free here, between Monday and Wednesday. You're having this ending of becoming free of this prison, that you've been in financially. So something's going to happen here between Monday and Wednesday. But the focus here, the reason why I'm not being told to tell you, what it is because your focus at this time is not meant to be on the finances, but what you're actually doing. That this goes back to like what I was saying with the Eight of Pentacles. He's not worried about how much he's made. He's only worried about perfect. He's not looking at any of these. He's trying to work this one out. And he's trying to work this one. Like he's focused on his purpose. This is what you need to do at this time. Be focused on your purpose. Don't worry about the money. The universe is looking at you and saying, okay, you need to receive at this time. Just put your work out there and let the universe respond. That's the advice here. So let's play an outcome to see what your outcome here is for the week, given all of this energy. So your outcome here is you're walking away, introspecting and walking away from, whatever. And I feel like this is within you, your ideas and beliefs and the way you think about things. This is particularly in regards to this Queen of Pentacles energy of you having to like think of like, I need to grow my finances. You're letting go of things from the past, these energies, this past influences. You're walking away, you're introspecting and walking away from things that disappoint you, things that are abandoning you, like I said, whether it's you or other people. You're walking away from all of these things here, connecting to divine feminine energy, knowing to your own, knowing that you have the answers within. That we are like, we go through these phases of the moon, where we grow and we become our maximum, and then we come to nothing, and then we go to our maximum and we come to nothing. Like we go through these cycles of going up and down, and so you're recognizing here, connecting to your intuition and recognizing that you have all the answers within. Things are which way your life is going, which way the trajectory of your life is going here, and what's next for you. And you're not only doing that, but you're tapping into some sacred knowledge here, as you're going through this week about the choices you're making. You're gaining some sacred knowledge here, in regards to why you need to be caring and compassionate. You're gaining, obviously it's about regards to your manifestations, but the specifics of it you're gonna know. And so now what you're capable of achieving is going to be very much so in line with what you're capable of doing. So what you're capable of achieving is going to be in line with, equal to what you're capable of doing, which is represented by these two pillars here. And these two pillars hold up your inner world, your inner temple of like, yes, this is what I'm doing and this is where I'm going with my life. But yeah, you're connecting to your intuition, healing a part of your subconscious mind, and that's been connected to the past. You're healing a part of this part of your mind, and I don't. It's not big healing. It's like more of a letting go, because it's just been there, taking up space for no reason, and it's being released here this week. This energy, by you consciously making a change, by you consciously doing it, is jolting your brain, your subconscious mind, and saying, hold on, that what happened there, and it's correcting that idea then in your subconscious. And again, this is going to make you have a very clear thinking. You're going to have much better ideas now. Your ideas are going to flow more easily. You're going to be able to communicate also. There's a byproduct of you going through this week. You're going to be able to communicate more effectively because you're more calm, you're more compassionate and caring. You're going to be more, it's going to find it more easier to communicate. You're also going to be able to express yourself to yourself a lot easier, and not just have this past thing of you having to, I need to be strict and I need to have things in a certain way. It's going to allow you to be more self-expressive, so that you're not shutting yourself down, when you're thinking about things. And so because of this, you're like becoming very harmonious, very balanced, very united within yourself, which is really good. And one more. Yep, stepping into your purpose here, recognizing that yes, you are still on the way to where the sun is rising for you. You're finding a lot of peace here by the end of the week, a lot of balance, and continuing to moderate your energy. Like I was saying, continuing to move away from things that are negative and transmute your energy from negativity to positivity, and that's gonna help your intuition become stronger as well, actually. And you're gonna be recognizing here that you're on your purpose here. Things are working out. You don't need to doubt what's happening here, because things are working out. So I'm going to leave you a reading here. If you did like the reading, leave me a like, comment, subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, my website is down in the description. Other than that, have a fantastic week, and I shall see you soon.